and thank you for tuning into this video. My name is Jada Brown and I am a real estate agent and property manager in Baltimore City, Maryland. And in this video, I want to talk with landlords. What do you do if you are receiving applications with a credit score that is lower than what you will accept for your property? Now, in another video, I talked about the importance of having a tenant selection criteria for your properties. And the purpose of that is, one, you can let prospective applicants know what your criteria is for renting the property. That way it saves you time and it saves them time as well, because if they don't meet your criteria, then most likely they will not apply because they do not want to pay that application fee knowing that you have that criteria. And it also limits claims of discrimination when you are selecting your renters, because you're going based on that criteria. But what happens when you're getting applications that do not meet the credit component of your criteria? What do you do? Do you let your property sit on the market and potentially lose money because your property is sitting vacant? Or do you look at the credit and see if you can make any room for a lower credit score? Well, this has happened to me recently. So I have a property in West Baltimore and I have received numerous of applications, but unfortunately, none of them have met the credit score that I have for that property, which I'm asking for 620. Not one application has met that credit criteria. So what do I do? Okay, first of all, it's important as a landlord to understand the demographics of the area where your property is in. It is well documented that in lower income neighborhoods, typically those people in that area have lower credit scores. It's well documented, so it just is what it is. So the first thing that you need to note is, where is your property? Is it in a D neighborhood? Is it in a lower income neighborhood? Then maybe the point here is that, okay, credit score isn't as big of a deal as rental history and employment verifications. One thing that I do if I am managing a property in a lower income neighborhood is that I really look at those applications and their history. Why is their credit so low? Is it because of student loans? Is it because of a medical emergency, medical bills, things of that nature? Is that why their credit is so low? And then I also make sure that I look at their employment history. How long have they been at that job? Have they been at that job for 20 years? Do they have a good employment verification that I verify and ensure that they're actually employed? Or do they jump around from job to job, employer to employer, and have long, gaps in their employment history? And then another thing, and this is very, very important, is that I call their current landlords, their former landlords, and I get rental verifications to ensure that they're good renters. I look up their public records, I see if there's judgments against them, I see if they've been evicted, and those are good indicators of how well of a tenant they will be in your property as well. So just because their credit score is not the best, I want to understand why it's not the best, and I want to understand holistically what type of renter will they be. Now, if your property is in a or B class neighborhood, then most likely the credit scores in those areas will be better. And therefore, I would really stick to my tenant selection criteria for whatever credit score that I have stated that I want. Now, going back to if the credit scores are lower and you're holistically looking at the application, if you decide to go forward with someone who has bad credit, here are the things that could mitigate your risk. Number one, you can request a co-signer or a guarantor. If they have a guarantor with good credit and they agree to be legally and financially responsible for the rent, if the tenant defaults, that's great. I usually look for them to have an income of at least 5 times the rent and a credit score of over 700 to be a guarantor. The next thing that you can do is ask for a larger security deposit. And it is a law in Baltimore City that the security deposit cannot be more than 2 times of the rent. You can also request rent up front, which is a strategy that I do. So you can ask for first, last, and security for them to move in, and that way you are hedging against them defaulting. And you can start with a shorter lease. You can do 6-month term, which allows you to evaluate the tenant's reliability before committing to a full year. If they prove to be good tenants, then you can give them a year lease. Personally, I like to do 1-year leases, but if this is something that you're interested in, by all means, go ahead. And that is really how you can hedge against a lower credit score. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and also you can give me a call or a text if you want more information. My number is 571-259-3588. Thank you.